I'm heading out for another wild camp today, this time to a secluded spot by Lough Naweeloge. The road's rough and narrow, but that just adds to this adventure. I'm looking forward to a good hike in, some great scenery, and a bit of map and compass work along the way. Now it's not a tutorial, it's just a bit of fun for me. Feel free to skip that part if it's not your thing. I'll also be trying out my new Big Agnes Rapide SL sleeping pad for the first time. Let's see how this trip goes.
It's 7:35 in the evening, so I'm not going to get too far, I don't guess, tonight. I've got a full load here. I've got the Osprey Ether again, and that's serving me very well. I don't have my GoPro, I'm using my phone, so I'm having to shout a bit. I'm not too sure what the sound will be like, because there's a fair bit of wind here, so I don't know whether it's going to be usable or not. This part I'm heading along is the Leitrim Way. I don't actually know the full length of it, where it goes from. I will investigate that. Maybe I'll put a bit of information up. So I don't normally follow tracks, so I won't be going very far along here anyway. At the moment I'm at Lough, so straight line from Lough to Lough Naweeloge on the edge of that, to Blind Lough, and all the way up to 441. So it's 098 degrees, and the first leg here is 1250 metres. Working at 3 kilometres an hour, that should take me about 25 minutes, and it's flat and then slightly downhill. Then when we get down to the lough, it is a climb up to the rest of the way, and the next section is 900 metres, which is 17 minutes at 3 kilometres an hour, plus 3 minutes for 3 contour lines. So I'm at the edge of Lough Naweeloge, and I'm taking a bearing of 098 degrees on my compass here, which will put me over in this direction. 098 from the edge of the lough, heading off in that direction for 20 minutes. Yeah, the going isn't as bad as I thought it would be. It is all heather, but not like the last walk where it was very thick and lumpy. It was very difficult walking, but here so far it's not too bad at all. I should make reasonable time. Because I was rushing today, I told myself, oh, I don't bother doing any filming, but I found that hard to resist. Even if I don't do anything with this, even if it doesn't even get posted, I'm not too sure that the sound quality will be good enough, because I'm really just shouting at the phone and I can see it shaking a fair bit, because I don't have my GoPro, but it was giving me problems. But even if it isn't, this is practice talking to the camera, which is the hardest thing to do when you're starting off making these videos, because you feel such an idiot to start with anyway. But I'm finding the more you do it, the easier it gets, and doing it out here is easy, because I'm in the mountains of Leitrim and there's only sheep. There's no one else. I can't embarrass myself at all, so I can be shouting at the top of my head and no one will hear me. But actually saying that makes it even more important that I leave a map of where I'm going, because the last time I actually forgot to send it, and when I realised the sort of terrain I was going in, I burst into some forestry and I kept going and going, thinking just another few feet and I'm going to come out of the other side of it. But in the end I gave up. But if anything happened to me in there, there's no one to find. No one would ever find you. I've left a plan. I use Sky GPS. I'm finding that really good app. Now I've got it with me. It's on the phone, but I'm using my map, compass, and timings, because that's what I've been used to before, years and years ago. And I want to practice and hopefully get back in the swing of using that properly. And it seems to be going okay. It's the timings over the different types of terrain that I'm having to dial back in again. Sometimes I get it wrong because you know, you're crossing loads of heather and bog, and I hadn't added enough in. But of course, as soon as I come to that, I realise if I plan for 20 minutes, well, I can add another 10 or 20% onto that if I come to it. So I can straight away say, well, okay, I'm going to reach where I think I'm going to reach in 25 instead of 20 minutes. So you adapt. I think that's the what we call a play bank over there, and then there's Loch Allen in the distance. The island's absolutely beautiful and it's fantastic for outdoor activities. It's such great exercise, and it gives you something to aim for keeping fit. You know, there's a reason to go to the gym. Not just I need to be doing it, but I need to be doing it, and the benefit is I'm getting stronger and I'm able to walk the distances. Drifted over to the left slightly. 23, just almost 24 minutes. I give myself 25 minutes to get here, so hey, pretty good. I'll just show you on the map. So we're at this point here now, just at the other side here of the Lough Naweeloge, and we're heading up to Blind Lough. We're going to be crossing a small stream, hitting Blind Lough, and then up to point 441. So to the Blind Lough, it's still 098. It's 900 meters. That's giving me 17 minutes at 3 kilometers an hour plus 3 minutes because there's 3 contours, and that's 20 minutes. If I look on the map itself, we can see that was Lough Naweeloge. We came down here. That's where we are now. Lough Naweeloge, and then we're heading up to 441, and there's Blind Lough on the way. I'll be resetting my stopwatch here now and heading off for 20 minutes and hopefully come across Blind Lough. It's very, very wet here, because it would be leading down to the lough, so there's no spots here, but I'm hoping, if you can see behind me as we go up that hill towards 441, it's going to be much drier up there, but there are loughs up there as well, so it remains to be seen. It's an adventure, so we'll see how we go. Well, that's where I've just walked up from. Very boggy. There was one spot that was possible for a camp, but I felt I hadn't walked far enough, so it didn't come up past Blind Lough, so maybe the name is actually very appropriate. So I bought a new sleeping pad. I had the initial one, which was a mountain equipment Helium 3.8, and really I didn't find it very comfortable. I'm a side sleeper, and I didn't find it wide enough, and it wasn't great, to be honest there, but it was cheap enough. It was only £50, and the guy in the shop there at Cotswolds said, well, try it out, see how you get on with the wild camping. So I've bought myself a Big Agnes Rapide SL, so a regular wide. It just popped in the door a couple of hours before I was due to come out, but I didn't have time to test it. I know I should have checked it, made sure it actually blew up, if nothing else, but I thought, sod it, I'll try it here anyway. If it doesn't blow up, well, I'll just be on the ground tonight. So I'm looking forward to that. We'll see how that one goes. It's dry. It's a room with a view. It's fantastic, so hopefully that'll look lovely in the morning. I didn't actually get up to the top of 441, but we can see there's a cairn just there. And before I leave in the morning, I'll head up there just to bag it anyway. So I came all this way, I may as well do that, so hopefully the weather will be alright. It's not due to be raining in the morning, so it should be quite pleasant. Well, Mike keeps saying, well, don't you get scared out here on your own? I must admit, the first couple of times doing it, you would feel a little bit apprehensive when the wind was blowing and rattling the tent. It sounds like someone's outside shaking it. Well, it feels like that anyway, but you soon get used to that. And I like my own company. I like to spend some time just chilling out. Very peaceful, no one else around. But yeah, this is great. Look at that. So that's my view from the tent. You just spin you around there. So hopefully in the morning that's going to be a nice pleasant view out here. God, it's a perfect spot really. Well, here we have the Big Agnes Rapide. I must admit, it's looking very luxurious compared to the mountain equipment Helium 3.8 I had, so feels great. I'm just hoping it performs. Well, morning. That was a great night sleep. Wow, what a difference. I'm so pleased with that. It's great. Very comfortable. Yeah. The Rapide. Brilliant. Oh, I'm so pleased I bought that. Wow, now to see what it's like outside.
a wee bit of an accident. I took out my stove, got my pot, and there's a plastic drinking mug that sits underneath the pot here. Of course, without thinking, I went and put that first down on the burner of the stove, and up it went in flames. I didn't know what was happening. It was dripping the plastic down onto my burner as well. I actually said to myself when I first bought it, geez, I hope I don't forget that cook one day and leave it on. But there you go, there I've done it. I wonder if you've done it, let me know. Right, all packed up. We'll head off back this peak and just checking around. I haven't left anything behind, including my plastic cup with the great big hole in it. And that's where I've just left. And just behind me here, heading up the final rise. We go up to 441, bag that, and head off back. A bit more behind me to go if I wanted to go to the edge, but I don't have time this morning. I'm going to have to head back and get in the car, get back home and ready for work in the morning. It's quite interesting plateau up here with the locks, and it's easier walking than other places I've been. There's another marker over there. I might detour just over there, just take a look. It's brightening slightly here today. It's lovely, but you'd expect a bit better for July in Ireland. Well, maybe not in Ireland, but you'd expect a bit better for July anyway. Right, we'll have 5 minutes break, have a little bit of trail mix, a bit more energy. Taking the scenery here down by the loch, it's beautiful. A little bit of a breeze, which is great because it's keeping the midges away. Yeah, this is so peaceful. That's why I want to be out here. Absolutely no one around, and hardly anyone ever comes up to these hills. Maybe a few farmers every now and again to get the sheep. I assume this is common land at the top of these mountains. Not 100% sure of that, but it probably is. But you wouldn't see too many people up here. Occasional walker. There's the Leitrim Way next to Lough, and that's where I'm heading now. About another 20 minutes and I'll be back there. But I think most people who walk that would pass by, but a few would probably veer off. I did look for a spot here to pitch last night, but I hadn't walked far enough, so I thought I'd be cheating if I did that. I'm glad I carried on. It's another hour and a bit, and I found the pitch that I did, and it was really nice. And that was by another loch. I knew it was up there, but I didn't know whether I'd get a good pitch or not. But it's fine. Oh, this is so relaxing here now. Could just kick back and wait here for an hour and just chill out if I didn't have to get back for work. But I do, so better get a move on. Let's head off. Right, just spotted Lough, start of my wild camp adventure last night. It's a great little wild hike. Thoroughly enjoyed it. I'm always tempted to go back to spots where I know there's a good pitch, but far more interesting just to head out to places that you haven't been before and take the chance. And you know what? Eventually you will find something. It may not be perfect, but you'll find something. And if you don't, you can always walk back. I tried out the Big Agnes Rapide. I'm not comparing it with all the others. I know nothing about them. All I can say is that I'm really pleased I bought it. It worked really well for me. It wasn't crinkly. I've seen a lot of reviews where
People are complaining about the sleeping pads making a lot of noise in the night. Now maybe that's the more expensive ones that have got built-in reflective coating. I don't know whether this one has. I don't think it does. It's a 3+ season one. Probably do me fine anyway, and it was very comfortable. So I'm not saying go out and buy one. All I'm saying is I bought one, I tried it, and I thought it was great. This bird doesn't like me being around here anyway. I don't know if you can hear it in the background there, but it is swooping around me. So I'll just keep going, get out of its territory, and get back to my day job. Till next time.